And this, dear people of the internet, is the most important part of today's cooking. Well, this is a familiar sight, isn't it? I tell you one thing, cooking vegetable soup and have your mom buy ingredients is stressful as hell. I'm not going to even go into further explaining what we're going to do today because I assume you all read the title. If you didn't, then I don't know what is wrong with you. Most important thing, we're going to need a pot to cook soup in because, well, you can't exactly create soup out of thin air. Then we're going to need vegetables. Lots and lots of vegetables. So this is, I don't even know what all of this is. This is more vegetables, and this is more vegetables because green stuff is awesome. Then we're gonna need a tiny little bit of oil because, as far as I can tell, every sort of cooking involves oil. Just because I love them. Potatoes, if you saw a girl running through the city with a sack of potatoes, that was me by the way. Then, I think I looked up what these herbs were. This was chivel or something like that. And this was parsley. I'm doing this by memory, so excuse me if I'm wrong. And then, again, a thing of namelessness. This is basically, these are little cubes that are supposed to add flavour to soup. Then, since we're going to be doing a lot of cutting today, we are of course going to need our precious knife. And I hope that at least one of these works. Okay, so since this is probably the most unprepared recording I've ever done. Since this is a very spontaneous cooking session, I'm of course not wearing the right clothes. Instead, I have these giant sleeves. But let's start by cutting up and peeling vegetables. Whew. Vegetables, what is that? Have you heard of it? I have no idea what this is. I don't know what this is either. Looks like some sort of rage. Then we have tons and tons of carrots. We have this stuff, which I love very much. Everything that's green is good. Then more of this parsley stuff. Then we have a yellow carrot. And we have more carrots. Because apparently everybody seems to love carrots. Now, peeling is the first step of this. Though, once we get to the cutting, I'm just going to start doing this right now. Because otherwise this is going to take ages. Oh wow, this thing works! Oh my god. I've achieved something minor. Going from the fact that I don't actually know how to do this properly. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing once I start cutting the vegetables is to not make this a half-hour video of me cutting boring vegetables. I'm gonna try and make cutting vegetables a bit challenging. I have no idea how I'm going to do that yet. Just, as I said, this is a rather improvised episode. I was hungry. Is gonna need some serious surgery from me. Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna make too much soup. I can already tell that. say that, especially since I've never properly cooked vegetable soup. I just know I'm gonna make too much. Cooking is a thing of making too much stuff. It really is. And I'm not gonna learn, I'm gonna continue to make too much stuff and then live days off of it. And I'm gonna have to clean the kitchen floor once I'm done here. It doesn't feel like I'm peeling carrots, it feels like I'm skinning carrots. This is probably how the people in the Middle Ages thought of their killing methods. They just made vegetable soup and they got all their brilliant ideas. Back then they probably used knives. Okay, so let's start cutting things. How the frick are we gonna do this? We're gonna start by cutting off ends of stuff. Just because I don't like ends. We need to create new ones. I don't trust anything that's been in the store, where I've already been to twice before I could start this recording. Again, never trust your mom in buying supplies out of memory. She has no idea what you have at home. This is probably highly useless. Well, it's just it. By the way, I recommend safety gloves for this. Oh, we already cut this one, I think. This was our troublesome kid. I think I read somewhere that carrots used to be purple. I can see where they're coming from. This looks a bit pink. No! Don't fall, carrot. This is me being terrible with food. And this is me listening to crawl too much. Started saying food. Ah! This is not gonna end well for the carrot or me. I'm sorry, carrot, but I hate you. Okay, so let's start cutting things. Let's start with carrots, as we have too many of them. And I said I'm gonna make this challenging, so let's try. Doing this the most inefficient way it could possibly be done, on purpose. I have no idea what I'm up to. But this is somewhat fun. Can I now break this part out of the carrot? Oh, I can. Well, almost. It's the beginning of something. Wow. This, people, is how you cut carrots. You do it as random as you can, with hopefully without cutting your fingers off, because that may end terribly for you, though it may happen. And we're gonna have to make these small. I think we're gonna even have to be smaller than what I'm currently doing. But let's start like this for now. This is our first carrot, it's our test subject. This is fun. Maybe this is how... You remember how I said that this is how the medieval people created their torture and killing methods? I think this is also how the samurai were created. Vegetable soup. You never know what it has in store for you. Okay, so let's make this even smaller by randomly cutting everything I have. This is for sure the most efficient way to do this. This is the approved way of cooking. Oh god, I'm losing things. Tastes good though. Okay, I think this is small enough for this first carrot. This should be smaller. And this also. Okay, so let's stop messing around with the first carrot. Let's get on to the second. This is not gonna end well. Oh, so we have this special case. We're gonna cut it in half where it's already started out, and now get rid of this. I dislike you, carrot. You're my least favorite character in this file. We are going to cut little sections out of it, like a pizza. Okay, this is ridiculous. Let's go barbaric again. This is way more fun. As you can maybe tell, I've used knives before, just not in the means of cutting carrots. You can find out what I use them for yourself. I have way too many carrots. I'm gonna stop cutting carrots. And I'm gonna cut this. Maybe I should peel this as well. No, this is not gonna go well in any way if I start peeling this, whatever it is. It's just some sort of root, that's all I can say. It smells good though. This is gonna be a very random assortment of vegetables to throw in here. Oh, and little side note for Chloe, you can also throw peppers into this, because I know you love peppers. As you can tell, I'm highly professional, a very skilled cook. I've done this all my life, which has not been very long yet, but I've still done this all my life. I threw around cookies when I was little. I know how to cook. Terrorizing the kitchen is my favourite hobby. Poor kitchen, seriously. Okay, so what should we do with this one? You shall be hanged! Okay, that was not really hanged, that was... I don't know what that was. I should not leave my hand there if I do this. Wow. Done. This was a good one. It's like chopping wood. Okay, so we don't have enough space to do the potatoes as well, so let's dump this stuff into our pot, just not turn it on yet. This is gonna be such a huge amount of stuff going into this. I would almost say it's illegal. Well, I guess there's no real legal amount of stuff you're allowed to put in vegetable soup, but if there was, this would be too much. I should just make cereal instead of this. Yes, this is too much stuff that is in there. Way too much. Oh god, and this is going to be turned into soup. Where? Here. Witness me trying to open this. Not gonna work. This seems to be the most efficient. have you made place this back like this? Of course I could just rip the paper off, but I'm Econ, I have to be inefficient. Yay, I made it! Okay, so since we already have too much of everything, well, let's start with 3 of these and see how far they get us. More peeling of stuff needed. As I've just run out of things to say, this is probably the appropriate time to share with you the screen of awesomeness! Gotta remind you who I'm making this for. Okay, we have 3. Let's hope this is gonna be enough, because peeling this is getting repetitive. And I'm gonna clean up the kitchen later. Once I've eaten and cooked and done whatever. This is by far enough potatoes. Let's throw them in. Okay, we are back with my insane tripod is standing in the sink, and it's probably gonna mess me up at one point setup. What we still need to add to this creation is green things. There's by far not a lot of enough green things in this. We're just gonna dump all of these in here. And then broccolis are cool. Vegetable soup needs to have broccoli, in my opinion. I'm probably not going to use all of them, or I should probably not use all of them. I'm going to use all of them. This is... I just have a pot full of stuff now. I think it's about time we switch it on. Let's just mix all of this together to look at the insanity we have created here. Oh god. This is a lot of stuff. Okay, what we need now is water, and I have not filled the pot with water in the beginning purposely. Now, though the tripod is now standing in the sink. Oh, I think I can get some water without doing this too much. I don't know how much water this is going to require. Probably a crap ton. I just have a pot full of vegetables here. Who cares? Vegetables are awesome. And we have our first crap load of water, which we're gonna dump in here. This is a lot, but I think we're gonna need a bit more. I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't. But at the same time, I should not know, because would I know what I was doing, this would not be fun anymore. Bit more. So as you may be able to tell, water is the main ingredient to this. Maybe I should have made those broccoli smaller as well. And I put a bit of oil in this pot, so that's the reason the water looks so strange. We don't have terrible water here. That's all on purpose. Okay, something I forgot to say in the beginning of the video. We are of course going to need salt, because honestly, what food does not require salt? Okay, and I don't think we should throw this in there yet. We should wait for this to heat up. I have a giant pot of soup. A ridiculously giant pot of soup. This is gonna be way too much. And all the vegetables are just like, yeah, they look strange. I have to be honest, this doesn't look like any vegetable soup I've ever seen before. But I think it's at least gonna taste like vegetable soup. I hope. Okay, so this is probably a good time to do this and wait. Okay, so this seems pretty done. It smells quite good. But now, of course, because I'm econ, I need to throw more green stuff into this. Okay, so I have made too much soup. Way too much, and this is hot as hell, so I'm not eating it at the moment. But all in all, this looks quite good actually. If you make as much soup as I just did, a full pot, this is going to take you at least an hour. Make less soup than I did, because this is going to be dinner tonight, I can tell. But I'm a little scared to burn my tongue eating this because it's very hot, but in the name of science. In the name of science, I have to say that this tastes good. I like things salty, and we used so much water, we have to put at least a bit of salt in this. But yeah, all in all, it's gonna take you a long time if you use as much stuff as I did. Use less. I think probably 1 carrot, one of the yellow thingies, 1 or 2 carrots, and 1 potato are probably gonna be enough for 1 person, unless you're ridiculously hungry. This is very good though. I have to say I like this random thing I created here. It's not bad. Yep, so this has been another episode of Cooking for Claude.